Hey YouTube, how you doing? The Hunter Boy back here with another Blender tutorial. Today I'm gonna show you how to make a simple third-person controller. I said simple. So unfortunately I don't know how to do camera clipping and stuff like that, but to do the controller is pretty easy. So Shift A, and I'm just gonna add a sphere. So say this is going to be my character. Shift A again, and I'm gonna add an empty. I'm gonna make this also a sphere. Just make it a little bit bigger than the previous. Then on this sphere I've got right here, I'm gonna tab into edit mode. I'm gonna Shift A. Remember the origin is in the center. Shift A and make a single vert. Add single vert. So now that single vertex should be selected. So I'm going to parent this to that vertex. Control P and vertex. That's it. So the next thing we're going to need is, I'm just going to go into the back view of this. I'm going to Shift A and I'm going to add a camera. And then move it back. And also I'm just gonna bring the focal length up a little bit, so I've got a little bit more of a view. Okay, then I'm gonna take the camera and parent it to the empty. Control P and object. So now when this moves around, everything should move, but when this rotates, the camera will rotate with it. Cool. Now along with this, I'm gonna have another empty parented to this side. So I'm gonna Shift A and I'm gonna add a empty, and I'm just gonna do arrows just because I can. And then I'm gonna parent it to the empty on this side. Object. So now everything should rotate according. Now this has to rotate when this is rotated. So go to your logic editor, your logic brick editor. Add a keyboard, add an edit object, and add a track 2. Bring the time about, well, maybe to 20, and hook that up. On this side, I'm gonna have a mouse movement. And this side also a mouse, and make this look. Okay, so remember to check which way you are gonna be moving. So I want this to track to this, and that's going to be the negative Y. So the track axis is going to be negative Y. Just to see which way we're going, I'm going to do something like this. Tab into edit mode. Maybe just give this a little bit of a nose or a face or something. Not gonna be beautiful, but Okay, so now we know exactly which way is forward. Cool. So this is where we're gonna see the tracking going. So when I press W on my keyboard and I rotate the mouse and I press W, nothing happens. Because I didn't have the W on this. And make sure it's a true pulse. Let's test it out again. You can see something is happening now. Okay, cool. So that's a simple controller. Now I can actually use this to move this around. So now I can go ahead and add some motion. Look that up. -y, 10. Now, like I said, unfortunately, I don't know how to do the camera collisions, but there's a simple third-person controller. If you want some more motions, you know, like left, right, up, down, that's also possible with this. I think the collision has something to do with the array, or maybe a array modifier, but not the array modifier, either near or not a joystick. Past that. A collision maybe, but you can't have collisions on cameras, so maybe just array modifier. I'm not sure exactly how that works. Maybe I have something parented to this, and when that collides with the ground it shoots forward or something like that, maybe. When it gets to an object, maybe I have a camera this side and a camera this side. When this gets a message that it collides with something, let's see if we can do that. I'm not gonna make any promises. Like I said, this is only a simple controller, but I'm gonna just attempt to do the camera collisions. Shift A is cursor to selected. Shift A mesh, and let's use a cube. Scale it down. Okay, so now that's the camera cube. I'm not gonna render this, so I'm just going to turn this to wire. Okay, then I'm gonna give it some collisions. Okay, before I do this, I'm actually going to parent it to this guy. Control P and object. Then the camera is going to get parented to this. Control P and object. Shift is selection, cursor, selection to cursor. So now it's inside of this cube. So the idea is when it gets to the ground, it should either shoot forward or just stop the rotation, or maybe just set it to another camera, or maybe just make this camera move forward. Okay, like I said, no promises. Maybe let's use a camera for this. I just want to set the camera. That should be seen maybe. Set camera. I'm gonna duplicate this and I'm just gonna move it forward. Let's test it out. Okay, so it doesn't collide. What a surprise. Okay, let's try maybe array. Let's see if the array works. Okay, so we got the camera snapping now, so the ray works. Unfortunately, it doesn't stay, lower than well. But it somewhat works. Somewhat. So that's one way of doing something like a collision with let's see if I actually duplicate this, or X90, scale it down, RZ90, so this should work now if I get close enough to this. I don't know why this keeps rotating. You can see when I get close to the wall, it just snaps. It might be a little buggy. When it goes through the ground, it just stops snapping. So I think I'm gonna have to make the ground a little up higher. Let's see what happens. Shouldn't go through the ground too much. Well, you get the point. Why this thing keeps rotating from its normal, I have no idea. It's not even supposed to rotate. So there you go, a simple third-person character controller. So you can do the left-right tracking as well, so just make new empties. If you want them to immediately track to that way, well, track that way, otherwise just do the motion on the x-axis and make him move that way. So when you press WSAD, make sure he tracks away from this. So with the edit object, just set this to positive Y, and with the rest just give it some motion. That should be easy, if you know what I'm talking about. I can explain this real quickly, actually. So now that should work. You can see when I do the rotation, it actually tracks to this exactly the same. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna make another motion. Also, these are flipped around. Just set that above there. And let's try and do this. Set this to the negative Y as well, and then plug that into the motion. But instead of the previous motion where that had it moving on the negative Y, I'm gonna make it move on the positive Y. So when I hit play, I can go ahead and just make him track. If I'm moving back, he's always gonna look in front of him. Unfortunately, it doesn't work if I do it left or right. So that's why I said you can always use empties for this. But for now, you got something that actually works, and you can look, well, rotate around your player. And maybe this array modifier can go down a little bit. Let's see. So instead of 3, I'm gonna make this maybe 1.5 and 1.5. Let's see if that works. Maybe it will. Not really. Still goes through the ground a little bit. Well, we have something. So that's like a simple third-person character controller. Like I said, the camera collisions, I've never really tried that. I've never really used it. This is actually my first time trying to do something like this. So yeah, I thought the collisions might work, but I don't know how to do the character controller so this actually moves forward, or the camera itself moves forward when it collides with something. That's unfortunately something I have no idea how to do. Let's see, I try to do this. I didn't even need that. Yeah. So if you liked the video, give it a like. If you didn't like it, dislike it. But for now, this is what I've got with the third-person character controller. So don't hate me if I didn't do it perfectly. At least you got some movement going on. And like I said, if you wanted to do the left and right, just duplicate this empty right there, Shift E, and do exactly the same you did for the forward and back. So it will track to those positions when you do the left and right, and just like you're doing the forward and the back. So it will always track to that position, but make sure it doesn't, you know, do the Y. You want this to actually do the X axis, or the X, positive X, and the negative X. So it will always aim on the X axis. So instead of doing this, it will just do this, if that makes any sense. So like I said, let me just bring this up for you. You're gonna have exactly the same we had for these two. So the track to, that goes to the motion. You can see the keyboard W controls that. So you're just gonna do the same with the A and D as well. So do a track to and do it on the X-axis instead. But other than that, that's what I've got for you guys today. I am going to look into doing a bit more of a perfect character collision type of thing, but it might need some Python coding. There might be a way to do this with logic bricks, or at the end of the day logic nodes, which I actually don't know how to use at the moment. I'm supposed to learn that, but it comes with UPBGE. If it doesn't, you can just go and download it. But this is what you got. This is what I have for you right now. That's it. So thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you didn't like it, dislike it. If you want, you know, just leave a comment down below just to let me know. Okay, so maybe you know a way to do the camera controller, then just send me a link to a video you've made on that, and I will look at that, and I will subscribe to your channel. Yes, I will. So you're gonna have a new subscriber to your channel. So other than that, thanks for watching, guys, and have a wonderful day.